Okay, today we're going to learn how to place our scan, begin tracing the lines, and then moving our traced lines into the artboard. Now remember, according to this project, this is our artboard. That's what will print out on the page. So it's only 1 inch high and 11 inches wide. So that just means that it's going to if you have anything outside of this white box, it's not going to print, and that's good. We want it to give us an edge, okay? So I went ahead, and I'm going to be placing the scan in here according to the directions. I went to File, Place, and I found the scan that I wanted to use, and then I'm going to press Embed button. The Embed button is up here in your control panel. So we've done that. Embedding the image into the file will allow me to see it when you turn it in. If you do not have your image embedded into your file, and if the X is still there, it's not embedded. If you don't embed it, I cannot grade you for the trace and you will get a lower grade. So this is Mia's from the other class. She accidentally forgot to crop this in Photoshop. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make a square and kind of make a hack, a little life hack here. I'm going to make a square around the area that I want to crop. Just with this, I'm just making an object. And then I'm going to select that object and hold down Shift and select the scan below it and right click, go to Make Clipping Mask. I've now used that shape to act as the border for this. Now I don't have all that other stuff around there. Does that help you out? Good. Alright, so some of you have done that. The next step is to go to Object and lock this selection down. I've already moved it to within the area that I needed to. Now I'm going to lock it down, Control 2, or Object Lock. Okay? Now I told you guys to begin tracing the letters using the pen tool. Set the fill to none, and the stroke to magenta. If you haven't done this already, always make sure that you got your Essentials Classic on. I'm now going to use the pen tool. I like to drag these two things out as I'm tracing because I use this and the direct selection tool to do that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace away. I'm doing such a great job using curves, moving around here. I'm just going to do this one letter as a demonstration. Now I notice some of you are kind of doing this too, where you're kind of going around here just putting these points down. That's one method of laying down anchor points, but I would caution you to try and pull out a point just so you can begin a smoother curve if you're using curves. All right? I'm not going to pull that one out. I'm just going to lay it down so it's straight. I think this is kind of straight, and then this kind of has a slight curve. Going back to that point, collapsing it, pulling it out. I'm just going to end it right there. All right, when you see that circle show up, you've closed off that shape. That's about where we want to be. I'm using the space bar to move this around. Now, when I'm done tracing and doing a good job tracing, I saw that this area was just, I forgot, and I went like I was jumping along hopscotch down the road. So what I had shown another student was you can go over here to the pencil tool and use the smooth tool. Watch what happens when I select this and use the smooth tool. So I'm selecting it, and I know there's a lot of crazy points in there. I'm going to use the smooth tool, and right here, this wasn't smooth, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of smooth it out. And you see what it's doing? It's kind of giving that a curve. Now I might have to go back there and do some other work, but that's okay. I like what's going on so far. I'm going to move this out a little bit further. This I want to be a corner point, so that's when I use this. This is called the anchor point tool. It makes, breaks, and creates curves. So I broke the curve. Now it's got just two straight lines from that point to there. Or I can click and drag out, create curves, and I can also make complex points. All right, that have maybe have a curve going one direction, a curve going the other direction. Right now, I'm good with it just being straight. I feel good. I'm pretending that I've done all the rest of those letters, and then I'm going to select them. Alright, and that's in your directions up here. It says, after each traced letter must be a closed path. Manipulate the points and curves using the direct selection tool like you did in the Zen of the Pen exercises, and using the convert anchor point tool. That's this guy, the upside down chevron, or V. The less points, the smoother the curve. After you've traced all the letters, select them and drag a copy of them holding Alt into the art board. You will be graded on accuracy of traced letters, and then the creativity of your design of the final letters. You must show evidence of compound paths and gradient tool and gradient paddle. I'm also throwing in there transparency and effects, and I'll show you those in a second. So you click and drag down by the pink edge. You have to grab it by where there is paint, I guess, or where there is color. Clicking and dragging down here. Don't let go, and hold down Alt. Alright, and then release. You want to leave the trace, the pink traced outline there, because I will be grading that, and then you will begin here to maybe size stuff down, maybe change colors, maybe add effects, maybe do some fun stuff, but this is where we will be going from here. Maybe I make another copy and change it to a different color and have some fun with this, who knows. Alright, but now I've begun to design. I'll work on a background and playing around with other symbolism.